All around the stone-covered tomb for Jesus they were looking. It's been 3 days since Jesus died. Pop! He is risen. Hallelujah! Well, happy Easter. It is finally almost time. We have arrived. We have made it through Lent. We have made it through Holy Week. And it is time to celebrate Easter, the most remarkable, amazing, fantastic event in the entire history of the universe. That's right. So today we're going to do some fun Easter crafts. I have 3 pretty simple crafts that you can make, probably with materials that you already have on hand, if your cat has not knocked them all off the counter. So we have a Bible craft, a springtime craft, and a fun Easter animal craft. So we're going to start with the springtime craft. So obviously this is one you can do for Easter, or you can do it anytime for a fun spring craft. We're going to make a little flower pot. Now what you're going to need is, I happen to have these cute little pots on hand, but if you don't have that, you can just use a styrofoam cup or anything else. Now you can stick something in there, beads or rice or beans or something to hold your flowers, because what you're also going to need is you're going to need some popsicle sticks or perhaps some pipe cleaners. You're going to need some paper of some kind. And then you're going to need some cupcake muffin liners, or you can also use coffee filters if you want really big flowers. And then something to decorate with, and maybe some stickers or something to decorate the outside of your cup or pot. So it's pretty simple. You're also going to need some adhesive, either some glue or some tape, or maybe some staples in a stapler. And what you're going to do is you're going to make your flowers. So you're going to take your little cupcake liners, and these can either be the backdrop of your flower, or they can be like the center of it. And you can leave it just like this, or you can scrunch it up a little bit and make it kind of smaller to look a little bit more like maybe a daffodil. Then you're going to choose any sort of a background for your flower, any sort of a color of a background, and you're going to snip. You can make this whatever shape you want it to be. You can make it like a cloud, like a floofy flower, or you can make it more like a tulip, or however you want it to look. It is completely entirely up to you. Then you're going to attach this is the rushed version. Don't worry, you'll see a beautiful final product in a moment. Well, not as beautiful as yours will be, but you're going to attach the cupcake or whatever you have to the back of the paper. Or you can just do a cupcake inside of another cupcake, or a cupcake inside of a coffee filter, whatever you want to do. And then if you want to get extra decorative, you can color these. You can color the paper however you like it. And then you can either stick it on your popsicle stick, or you can stick it on your cat, or you can stick it on the back of maybe a pipe cleaner. And then all of those beautiful final products will go into your lovely decorated pot, and you have your little Easter flowers. Multiple ways, however you want to do it. Now, you can also write some verses on the flowers or on the outside of the cup. You can write something that you're thankful for. You can write a special Easter blessing, or even a special Easter prayer that will remind you of what you're grateful for, or how wonderful it is that Jesus rose from the dead. You have a lot of fun options there to make your springtime flower pot your own. So that's craft number 1. Craft number 2 is going to be our Easter fun friend. And you may be wondering, what do all of the bunnies and the chickens and the things have to do with Easter? Well, it has to do with old practices of celebrating new life and new beginnings. So you think of eggs being a new, fresh symbol, or bunnies. That goes back into a whole other story there. But anyways, we're going to make a fun, cutesy little Easter friend, because why not? And because you probably have a lot of these lying around. So we're going to need some Easter eggs. You probably have some if you've been participating in Easter egg hunts, or maybe making your own Easter egg hunts. Then you will need, there's a lot of options here actually. You can use some decorating supplies such as pipe cleaners. You can use those itty bitty pom-poms. You can use the big pom-poms. You can use feathers. You can use paper. You can use sticker. You can use googly eyes. You can use a lot of things, and you can get very creative with these. So I'm going to do a very simple bunny. Now, one thing is that it does help if you have the kind of Easter egg that has the little holes in the top and in the bottom. Not all of them do, and you don't absolutely have to have that kind, but it will be very helpful for this. You'll see why in just a moment. So we're going to make a bunny. And if you have Sharpies, that's also helpful if you want to draw and decorate your little cutesy character. So for our bunny, I'm going to take a pipe cleaner. I'm going to take an egg. Now, I'm going to put my pipe cleaner into the top holes of that egg. This is why it's helpful to have the kind with holes in it. Obviously, you couldn't do it quite this way if you didn't have holes, but you could still do it. You would just need some extra tape or glue or something. And I'm going to poke my holes in there. And now, see, you could also make these into a bug or an alien with weird antenna. But we're going to take these and we're going to turn them into bunny ears. So I'm just going to circle it like a loop and kind of twist it at the bottom. And there we have bunny ear number 1. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And hey, what bunny has perfect ears? They don't have to be perfect. They can be floppy or however you want them to be. Here's bunny ears number 2. Again, they're not perfect, but that's okay. Then I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to put some little eyeballs on my bunny friend. And if you have a little pom-pom, you could attach a little bunny tail at the back side. You could give him some little bunny feet. You could give him a face. Again, if you have that handy dandy Sharpie with you, you could give him a little extra face. Or it might work with a regular marker. You just have to make sure it doesn't smudge off. And you give him some whiskers. And you have a little bunny. And if you don't want to give him feet, you could also set this inside of a little muffin wrapper so he doesn't roll away. You could also do any other kind of animal or a flower with this as well. I made a chickie, and this little chickie has little feet at the bottom, and he has a beak. So again, fun, simple, easy, get creative, do what you want to do. Final craft is, I think this is the really fun one. This is our empty tomb craft. So for this, you are going to need some paper plates. Now I do use paper plates a lot for crafts. If you don't have paper plates around, or if you just have those styrofoam ones, or if all of your paper plates still say Happy Valentine's Day or Merry Christmas, you are welcome to just use a regular piece of paper or piece of cardboard. This is just a little thicker and sturdier, but you can totally do it on a regular piece of paper, just cut into a circle or something. Now, for this, you're going to need the bottom cut off of your paper plate. So you can cut it right in half if you want to make 2 crafts out of 1 plate, or if you're not worried about that, you can simply cut the very bottom off of this plate so that it has a flat surface. It's not incredibly flat, it's kind of lumpy, but that's okay. So next step is, this is our tomb. Now, you can decorate your tomb with markers, with crayons, with colored pencils. You can make it gray, you can get elaborate and put some fun little garden decorations on the outside because the tomb was in a garden. Go crazy, do what you want to do. You can also add a verse, or you can write, He is risen, or He rose from the dead, or Jesus is alive. You can write a whole bunch of stuff. And then you are going to need some scissors. You're going to need, you can do this in a couple of ways. If you don't have these handy dandy little brads, these little fastener thingy-mabobbies, you can do it with just some tape or some glue. You don't have to have these, but it comes in helpful for what we're going to do because we're going to have a stone and we're going to roll the stone away from the tomb. So you're going to cut your stone out. It can be from the center, it can be from the side, it can be whatever. Again, it does not have to be perfect. You can do a little archy type stone, or however you want it to be. Now, if you don't have the bad fasteners and you want it to be a stone that just opens up, you can do it that way. So it's like a little door. You don't have to have it completely off. But I think it's kind of fun to have it off because then you can roll it away. It's kind of cool that way. So after you get your little, now it's been colored, you get your little thing off, then you're going to need to stick your fastener in. And it's very helpful to poke a little hole in the plate in both sides, this part where you're inserting it and the part where it comes off, because that will help you to stick your fastener through the both sides of it so that it can come through so that it can come all the way through, and then your fastener can open up. Then you've got your stone and you've got your stone inserted. You're going to take a couple of popsicle sticks, or you can just take a paper, or if you have some sort of like a fun little decorative cross, you can use that. And that's going to go, you're going to glue your popsicle sticks or paper or pipe cleaners or whatever to the shape of a cross, and the cross will decorate the side of the tomb. And then if you want to get really fun, you can put a paper behind here so that it looks like the sun is shining through or the light is coming out of the tomb. So your final product will be something like this. You have your tomb, and then you can roll the stone away. And when you roll the stone away, you see the light coming out. You have your cross. You have your He is risen. And again, decorate it, have fun with it, make it fancy, make it your own, make it exciting. Be excited, be glad. Jesus has come, Jesus is risen, and we are saved, and we are grateful for that, and we want to shout that gospel to everyone and share the good news. So, happy Easter. He is risen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah indeed. Have fun. Go make some crafts.